Peace, welcome, and namaste. My name is Michael, and I help humans expand their consciousness. I will expand your consciousness. Today, man, we got a lot of things to talk about, but today's topic is fibromyalgia. What is fibromyalgia? And what does the Western medical world believe fibromyalgia is? I would like to also start off by saying that I am a therapist, an intuitive empath, and a multi-dimensional being. I've been a therapist for over 20 years, seen thousands of patients. Western medicine is too busy looking at everything under a microscope. And there are some things that you just can't view under a microscope, such as feelings, emotions, memories. When a person goes in to see a doctor and they have multiple areas of pain occurring all over their body, the new diagnosis has been around for a while, but the new diagnosis is fibromyalgia. And then they get a whole bunch of pills to go with the fibromyalgia, and that's the Western method of treating this. So while the patient is possibly in a very bad point in life, experiencing pains all over, it becomes debilitating, they have difficulty functioning, relationships fall apart, difficulty at their job, difficulty in life altogether. Western medicine wants to start taking x-rays and MRIs and CAT scans, everything that they know, and then get you started on a regimen of pills, which are clearly toxic to the body. They are not designed to heal or cure anything. They simply mask the symptoms. And then they have all of the absolute miserable side effects. Anxiety, loss of one's self-identity, depression, suicidal thoughts. And then the meds you're taking, well, they're gonna end up hurting your liver, so you have to take another pill that's gonna counteract that but hurt your kidneys. Then you have to take another pill, which is going to help strengthen that but hurt your bladder, and so on and so forth. The next thing you know, you may be on 10 or 15 different meds, which are absolutely bombarding the body with toxins and not fixing anything. They're absolutely making you worse. You might feel a little better because some of the receptors are blocked and some of the messages are not going to the brain to let the brain know that you have issues, things going on in the body. My understanding of what fibromyalgia truly is usually stems back to a trauma, something that occurred early on in life, possibly in childhood, possibly a rape, a molestation, loss of a loved one, something super traumatic. And then what happened was the brain starts to create chemicals, bad chemicals, cortisol, bad peptides. They end up trickling down the body. They like to settle in soft tissues, muscle tissue, joints. And all of a sudden, down the road, when your body gets to the breaking point where it can't take it anymore, everything starts to hurt. The root cause of fibromyalgia, that diagnosis, is again a trauma that occurred or a traumatic situation early on in life. Now, what Western medicine fails to realize that there is a mind, body, and spirit connection. When one of those areas is broken or non-functioning, it will affect the other two. The mind, body, and spirit connection. Bombarding the body with toxic meds is not the answer. It is not the answer. understanding the connection and the etiology of where this began, that is the answer. From the perspective of the patient who is suffering day in and day out, this hurts, shoulder hurts, next day that doesn't hurt, the knee hurts, and the other shoulder hurts, and the back, the pain bounces around the body. So by going into the doctor's office and coming out with a diagnosis of fibromyalgia and the pills that go along with it, the patient has some level of satisfaction. I know what I have. The doctor said I have fibromyalgia, and here's the pills for it. So there is a level of satisfaction, rather than the big mystery. What's going on? Why am I hurting every day? Why am I always miserable? Why am I becoming debilitated? Now they feel as if they have an answer. I have a diagnosis. The doctor said it's fibromyalgia. Here's my pills. What the doctors don't seem to realize, again, is the mind-body-spirit connection. And that by masking the symptoms with painkillers and muscle relaxers, sleep aids, that is not fixing the problem. That is not getting to the root cause. The root cause, again, stems from a trauma that happened early on in life. When we can understand that and process that and put two and two together, almost every time when I ask that patient, how long have you been suffering for? 20 years, Mike, 20 years. And when did this trauma occur? I open up their mind to think back. The trauma occurred 20 years ago, and they've been suffering for 20 years. Well, there you go. So basically, something bad happened. Most of the time, it was not their fault. It was not your fault. Something happened that was out of your control. It may have happened for the period of a few minutes, a few hours, maybe a few days or a few weeks. But you've been dragging it behind you for the last 30 years, 20 years, 15 years. It's time to recognize the correlation between the trauma and what you're experiencing. Understanding also that it wasn't your fault, and that's something that happened for a very small, short period of time, way back in the past, you're keeping alive. You have to let it go. Because the thoughts of that are not doing you any good. Thoughts are very important. Thoughts are either very helpful or they're very harmful. Learn to let it go by simply understanding that it is doing you no good by dragging it behind you. The only moment in time that counts is this moment right here and right now. The past, the present, and the future are all happening simultaneously. The only important thing is right here and right now. How are you right now, this moment in time? Good. The human body, human beings, everything about us is addictive in nature. Everything. Alcohol addictions, drug addictions, cigarette addictions, gambling addictions, eating addictions, sex addictions. Everything about us is addictive in nature. Our tissues, our cells are addictive in nature. When you have bad thoughts, negative thoughts, thoughts that are not suiting you, your brain is a human drugstore. Your brain creates harmful chemicals for the body, cortisol, bad peptides. You become addicted to that. The next morning when you wake up, your body wants to feed that addiction. So how do we do that? The human drugstore, let's tap into that. So you have to start creating bad thoughts again and going down a bad road. It's a crappy day, life is crappy, why me, the weather is terrible. You create the bad thoughts. The brain then creates those bad, harmful chemicals, which then satisfies your addiction. Essentially, it is a drug addiction. However, the great news, baby, is that you have the power to control that by controlling your thoughts. Control your thoughts, control your life. Control your thoughts. Change your thoughts. Change your life. When you think good thoughts and happy thoughts and feelings, good, powerful stuff, your brain creates good chemicals. Good chemicals, which then your addictive tissues want more of. So when you wake up the next morning, you need to tap into that again, and you recognize, wow, how beautiful life is. Look at this. Nature. Wow, it feels great to be alive, to be healthy, to be fortunate. I have so many loved ones in my life. You have loved ones in your life. You are truly wealthy. Money is not wealth. If you have people in your life that love you and care about you unconditionally, you are the richest person on the planet. Unconditional love is truly the most beautiful blessing that we have, and it makes you wealthy. So again, waking up every morning and looking at all of the beauties in your life, that is what creates the good chemicals that satisfy that addiction. And you need more of it. You're going to create more and more good thoughts and good times. This is how you heal yourself. Heal yourself. We all have the power as human beings and multidimensional beings to heal ourselves. Don't allow yourself to get roped into the meds and go down that road, because that is not fixing anything. It's not fixing or curing or healing anything. It is simply masking the symptoms. And then you are married to those pills, generally speaking, for life, bombarding the body with toxins. The power that we have is the power of our thoughts, our mind, and bringing yourself into consciousness. Not reverting back to the subconscious programming, the thoughts that have been programmed into our mind to believe that we are powerless, and that when you get sick or something's wrong, you have to go to the system, you have to go to the doctors, because the doctor's going to get you better. I know a lot of you out there have stories where the doctor did not get you better and you got sicker. That is what they're taught. A lot of them don't know any better. That's what the system teaches them. For each and every issue or problem, there's a pill. You get frequent headaches, we got a pill. You have neck pain, we got a pill. You hurt a certain part of your body, we got a pill. You have a stomach ache, here's a pill. A pill for everything. Or an injection, or a surgery. That's not the answer. The answer is tapping into your own healing power, your healing potential, baby. We all have it. You know it, you feel it. It's there. Know that through the power of positive thinking and positive thoughts, we can heal ourselves. And there are also other things that we can do to take control of our lives. Going vegan is absolutely a super powerful way of taking control of your life. Not eating death, eating animals and dairy, but eating life. Putting the most powerful nutrients into the body, detoxing the body, getting the the heavy metals and the chemicals out of the body, not putting more chemicals into the body with the pills, the meds. That's not the answer. The answer is exactly the opposite. Detox the body, pull all of the heavy metals and chemicals out of the body. There are stores out there that sell full body detox. You can go buy one at your local health food store. Purge all the toxins and chemicals from the body and then put in the most powerful nutrients on earth. Spirulina, chlorella, cacao, chocolate, maca powder, kale, spinach, arugula, watercress, blue-green algae, wheatgrass juice, baby. Love that wheatgrass juice, so sweet. Oh, the smell of it and the taste of it, I love it. And you know, it just energizes the body, it heals the body. You have the power, you have the power to take control of your life, to take control of your health. Recognize each and every moment of each and every day that you have that power simply by changing your diet, going vegan, changing your thoughts. Vegan means not eating any animals or dairy. We were not meant to eat animals or dairy. Some people a long time ago saw the potential in an industry to make a lot of money, but we're not meant to eat animals. When we physiologically are compared to herbivores and carnivores, we clearly fall under the category of an herbivore. Looking at our digestive tract, our teeth, the shape, structure of our mandible, maxilla. Eating plants, fruits, vegetables, blueberries, organic blueberries, organic strawberries, organic red raspberries, organic blackberries, mangoes, avocado. All of these things put life and good, powerful, positive energy into our body. You are what you eat. If you're eating animals, you're eating death. Also understand this. Animals don't want to die for our consumption. Animals do not want to die for our consumption. Animals want to live just like we want to live. If you walk outside and there's a bird, whoop, the bird flies away. If you walk outside, step near a lizard, that lizard takes off, he runs. Animals want to survive just like we do. But since chickens and cows and turkeys and pigs, since they don't speak English or speak Spanish, it doesn't mean that they want to die for our consumption. They have their own language, their own frequency that they communicate on. When chickens are being slaughtered, or the other animals, they are conscious and they are consciously aware of what is happening to the animal that's in front of them being slaughtered, and it's their turn next. They understand that. And they start to communicate with one another on the vibrational frequency level that they communicate at. Just as if I take a dog whistle and blow it, we don't hear anything, but the dog's ears go up. Chickens communicate with one another on their frequency, cows, every animal. They know how to communicate. You ever hear birds having a conversation? I've heard that hundreds of times. Back and forth, back and forth. They know how to communicate. What happens from an energetic point of view is when an animal knows it's going to die, it creates an energy field of fear around it. The animal's brain also creates chemicals which immediately saturate the tissues, harmful chemicals that saturate the tissues, and then the animal is slaughtered. And then we eat that. When we eat that, we are eating the chemicals that the animal's brain has created. We are eating the energy of fear. We are also eating whatever science has injected into them, or the industry, steroids, hormones, antibiotics. The animals may have infections. I get asked all the time, Mike, but what about free range? What about organic animals? No. Even if they are not injecting anything into the animals, the animal knows when it's going to die, and its brain, again, is creating harmful chemicals which saturate the tissues, and you are eating that, and you're eating the energy of fear. When you eat animals and you eat the energy of fear, that's what you become. You are what you eat. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It simply changes forms. So you are taking that energy of fear in that animal that you're eating, and you are putting it into your body, and you are becoming fear, which then means that you can be controlled through fear. That is how one of the systems in play, how we are all controlled. This is called expanding your consciousness. This is making you think about things that you don't think about. Rising to higher and higher levels of consciousness. Understanding the system in play. This is a method of control. Bombarding the body with toxins is a method of control. When we rise to those higher levels of consciousness, we have a more clear understanding of what's going on. Over 20 years ago, I was watching television, which, by the way, I do not watch anymore. Don't watch the news. 93% or something like that. Ridiculous, is all negative. It's done with intent, pumping negativity in the households, end up giving people stress and anxiety, which eventually leads to sickness and disease, which then leads you to the whole Western medical system. Doctors, pharmaceuticals, surgeries, hospitalization. Over 20 years ago, I was watching television, and a string of commercials came on, and I realized then that every commercial, and I mean every commercial, was pumping out fear, using fear as a tool to sell their product. So first, I'm watching a commercial, and I don't need to name any brand names, but I'm watching a commercial where there are guys drilling into a tooth, bop, 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 with a jackhammer. Did you use our toothpaste? Are you protecting your teeth? Do you want your teeth to rot out of your head? If not, you better use our brand toothpaste. Fear. Next commercial comes on. There's a guy looking around trying to break into a house, trying to open up the window. Do you have our home security system? Are your loved ones protected? More fear. I better go get that security system right now to protect everybody. Next commercial comes on with a duck. Do you have our health insurance? What happens in case of a catastrophic accident? Is your family, your loved ones protected? Then a car commercial comes on. He lived. She lived. If you want to live, you need to buy our car. Every commercial was pumping out fear. They weren't telling you how great their product is. They were all pumping out fear to get you to fall prey and run out and buy their products. When you rise to a higher level of consciousness, because you are vegan, and you're not eating fear, and therefore you are not processing information in the same way, you do not fall prey to the tactics that are being used out there to manipulate you into doing things that you're not consciously aware of. You have the power within you to understand what I'm talking about. You have the power in you to take control. And you certainly have the power to make some changes for the good in your life. The vegan thing, okay. Try it for a couple of weeks. Try it for 2 weeks. See how you start to feel better in just 2 weeks. There are a lot of different health conditions out there that can be completely eradicated within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, gone. Or you could be on meds for the rest of your life, paying the co-pays, or you could heal yourself without meds. Heal your body. The body, the brain, the mind has the potential. The body was created in perfection. The brain, it knows how to heal itself. But you're the driver. You're the driver. You have to take control. Think about this. Even without you taking control on some level, you cut your arm. What does your arm do without you even doing anything? It will form a scab, bring the skin together, zip it up like a nice Ziploc bag, heal, and then flake off. The body knows how to heal itself. In this particular situation, you have to step up to the plate and get involved and do the things that you can do. Do the things that you can do. You're in control, and you can control what goes into your mouth. Try it for a few weeks. Every day I inspire people. I inspire millions of people. Every day people ask me, but vegan, it's difficult, right? How do I do that? Where do I go? What do I do? What do I eat? Where do I get my protein from? It is so simple. It's beyond ridiculous how simple it is. It is so simple. Do you have a Whole Foods supermarket near you? Go there. All of the supermarkets have vegan foods. Everyone's got vegetables, organically grown fruits, organically grown vegetables. And for some level of normalcy, there are a lot of vegan companies out there creating products. You can get vegan hamburgers, vegan hot dogs, vegan sausages, vegan chicken, vegan turkey, anything you can imagine has been created all from plant-based materials. I've had some amazing foods out there. Hamburgers, sausages, all vegan, made from beans, peas, mushrooms, nuts. There is so much that has been created, and it gives you a level of normalcy, because some people, they want to feel that they're going to eat their burger or their hot dog, and they could do that, but they're eating a plant-based burger, hot dog. There's no animal meats in there. There is no cholesterol in there. There's no steroids, there's no hormones, there's no antibiotics. You're eating from nature. But of course, if you go the route of raw, that's obviously the most powerful, most potent way to go, eating those raws. This morning, for breakfast, I had a whole bag of organic baby spinach, raw. Absolutely full of vitamins, full of life, full of energy. I feel great, baby. I feel the life. I feel excited. I'm so happy to share this information with you. Empowering you, getting you to understand you have the power by changing your thoughts and changing your diet. When we feed the body beautiful plant-based foods, plants, fruits, we are taking in that life force, the chi. Everything has chi, which is what the Chinese call energy. Everything has life force, chi. That energy, that life force, when we eat that, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It simply changes forms. It now turns into energy, a fuel that we use to sustain our life force, our chi. There is also information in the DNA of the beautiful foods that you eat, the plant-based foods. When you get away from the animal products and eating the fear, eating death, eating the toxins, eating the steroids, the hormones, the antibiotics, the cholesterol, when you get away from all of that, you're eating a beautiful plant-based diet, your brain will actually process information differently. Somebody told me this a long time before I had gone vegan. I couldn't understand that. I said, what do you mean my brain is going to process information differently? I understand it now. I just couldn't comprehend it back then. You clearly process information differently. You see things more clearly. You are not guided or directed by fear anymore. You have more rational thinking. You feel more calm. You start to tap into more intelligence, and you are tapping into some of the intelligence in the DNA of the plant. It is simply transferring its information to you, becoming a part of you, a part of your consciousness. Understand, once again, that we all are created equally. We all have the ability to strengthen ourselves. We all have the ability to transform our method of thinking. Understand that you have the world in the palm of your hands. Anything you wish or want, you can manifest. When you get away from eating the animals and the dairy and eating a beautiful plant-based diet, your powers of manifestation grow exponentially. You can manifest good health, abundant health. We all live in a world of infinite abundance. Tap into it. You can manifest. You have the power to manifest infinite beautiful health, infinite wealth, abundant happiness, abundant knowledge, and abundant healing potential to heal yourself and to heal others around you. I wish you all well. I wish you the very best of health, wealth, and happiness. Once again, this is Michael. Peace, love, namaste.